How's it going, y'all? So today we're going to be looking at our second to last crossover scan. This one we're going to continue talking about the exponential moving averages. This one's going to be or EMA, and this one's going to be focused on early crossovers. This is really helpful for finding closing prices that are above the exponential moving average, whether or not the EMA is crossing on a downward trend or crossing on an upward trend. Today, we're going to be looking for those that are crossing on an upward trend, but you could use this either way. And so to do that, we're actually going to, from the dashboard, start a new scan. And it's important to note here, you're going to get a lot of results because it doesn't have that many parameters. So I would encourage you to actually use your other indicators to help with this. I'm going to show you all one example, which is going to be the MACD indicator compounded, but I'll show you afterwards. But it's really important to really get down your numbers so you're getting really good stocks. So in this case, we're going to open up a new clause on the second line. This one, we only need the type of stock. That's why I removed the other information. But here we're looking first and foremost that the close is crossed because we're looking for upward trends. We're going to look for the close to cross the EMA of 13. And just a reminder, it's really important that you don't forget your parentheses and your brackets and things like that, because it can set you up for a few errors. So here we have the first line, the close crossing the 13, and then we want to look for today's 13 EMA to cross or to be actually less than 5 days ago, right? That's going to really help us find the stocks that we're looking for. So here we have 5 days ago, EMA of 13 at the closing price, and there. And we want to run the syntax to make sure that it's good and it is correct. So let's go ahead and run the scan. And we'll see, like I said, there's going to be a ton of results. So let's look at one just so I can show you all that the 13-day is crossing appropriately. So we can see this one here has an upward trend at $4.56. And that's actually the 13 crossing the 3-day. But overall, you can see that it's an upward trend. Now, here's a prime example of why you would want to run this with other indicators, because the MACD here the line has not actually crossed the signal. So we want to be able to give us some clear stocks that are moving in an upward trend, right? So we do see the RSI is moving up. We do see that it went up about 24% in the previous close, but we want to get more accurate results. So let's go ahead and cross this with another indicator. And so here we're going to add the MACD. Line has crossed the MACD signal, right? Oops. And we do actually want those numbers. So let's go ahead and add it again. Perfect. All right. And then we want to make sure we close out the brackets. And this one doesn't have a bracket, so let's add it. And let's check the syntax, just make sure everything's good. And it looks like it's good. And when we run it, we see that we went to 172 results, which is a lot cleaner. So let's look at AEIS, and we'll see that the MACD line has crossed the signal here. This is in an upward trend. We even see that the 3 and the 13 EMA has crossed above the 20. We see that this has gone up 8.7%, 8.8%. Even I have the TSI and it's showing that it's a trend. So this is another example of how this is a good indicator. And if you combine it with others, you're starting to get to some really healthy stocks that are good to trade on. So let's look at one more just for reference. Let me go ahead and run it again. I think that'll make it easier. And let's look at a technology scan. So ALRM, alarm.com. And we can see here it's in an upward trend, right? This one is moving, it's crossing above. So this is one that you can catch fairly early on. Its last peak was right here at 105. So that's a pretty healthy upswing that you can take advantage of. So I hope this video was helpful. We're starting to get to that point where we're using multiple scans to look for stocks, and that's where we want to be, right? So let me know what y'all think. Have a great rest of your Saturday. Peace.